come up with something and you're
not sure what to
well,
take.
you haven't got time, and you haven't got time to shop, or you've got people coming or whatever. Look, this is made out of pastry,
which we love.
canned pears,
Beautiful.
sugar.
Beautiful.
All right.
Yep.
And that rosemary that's probably growing over your neighbour's, front wall that you can just go out and
do a bit of a forage.
I mean, you'd never buy it because how many,
How often do you?
How much rosemary is cascading over front lawns?
that's true.
Exactly.
That's true.
Yeah. So you can have
Delicious.
everything in the freezer or in the pantry, and this is how you make it.
Excellent. So there you go. Now, just to let you know, if you're looking for the recipe, I've shared it on a few of the pages there. Hello to everybody watching on Your Fix, on Ray's page and on the Bite page, and also Fresh and Seasonal. If you're looking for that recipe though, and it's not listed in the newsfeed, head to Ray's site, raymcvinnie.com.
Right. So I've got half a roll of Panettone flaky pastry, which the reason I say the brand name is because it's made with butter,
Yum.
which is what I want to eat. I don't want to eat things that are made with baker's margarine. So it's actually just been in the fridge a bit. So I'm going to roll this out because I want to make a disc of pastry about as big as that plate, which is 30 centimetres.
So I have a question about the difference with a pastry. Is it just the flavour that is different when you have got, a pastry like this made with butter?
That's a really good question.
Or is it the flavour, or is it the texture and how you use it?
It's three things. It's the texture and how you use it. It's a beautiful thing to use. It's very soft. It's lovely. It's the flavour because it's made out of food. It's made out of natural ingredients, and it's made of real food. So there's that other sort of side to the health thing. If you're worried about, I don't know about you, but well, I do know about you actually.
Yeah.
We don't eat. Neither you or me eat things that aren't made of food unless we choose to.
Unless we choose to, because we're growing ups.
Yeah, we're growing ups, and we know what it is. It's those people that eat things and they don't know what they are. That's what scares me.
Yeah, or the things that are just a whole lot of numbers. That kind of freaks me out. Wendy Lynch said, "Hi, what's Ray making, please?"
Oh, what am I making? I'm making a pear and rosemary tart.
Yum.
So even though that's rolled out, that pastry, I like it a little bit thinner so that you get that really crisp sort of water cracker crunchy
nice.
bottom to the tart.
So does that mean you could use something like a phyllo as well?
I've never done it, but you could. The only thing with phyllo is it tends to get a bit soggy after it's cooked.
Okay.
Yeah. So hang on, I just want to make sure that's not stuck to the bench. No, it's not. That's good. Is this big enough? Yes, it is. Small knife. Round you go.
Yum.
I know.
So is this sort of a special occasion dish, or is this a Sunday brunch dish?
I think this is a dish that you can use as an emergency, pudding if you've got people coming.
Surprise party.
It's like champagne,
Yeah.
You can use it for this and that and this and that and this and that, all sorts of other things. But really, you drink it if you're thirsty.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
if you feel like eating something like this, make it and enjoy it, because it's quick and cheap and
we like that. And similarly, can you make this into individual mini tarts as well?
I don't see why not, but
cooking time will be different.
Yes, it would. And look, the thing about cakes that you divide up is that they're dead convenient. So rather than have to make all those little
mini tarts,
you make one thing and then you chop it up.
That.
Yeah, so it's an incredibly convenient way of feeding a lot of people.
Awesome.
Right, so I've got a oven tray with a piece of baking paper on it, and I've got some water. So what I don't need a tin for this tart. Okay, so paint the edge with water like this, and then all you have to do is
now Lorraine May Buttermore just said, what was that again? I missed most of it. It's a pear and rosemary tart there, Lorraine. Feel free to keep, if you've missed something, feel free to keep sending in those questions.
Yeah, we actually don't mind.
Yeah, we like it. That is really clever. It makes it look a bit fancy.
It does look a bit fancy, but what you're doing is you're making a little raised edge to go around the side of the tart.
Ah, because I was wondering why you're not putting it, say, in a pie dish or something.
No, I'm not. This is a really thin little tart. It's really nice. So all you do is just...
Oh, we were talking about pastry. This is what Lorraine has just asked. The pastry that Ray's using is Panettone pastry.
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't get paid for this. I don't mind saying,
not get paid.
But that's what I use, and that's what I like. And I want you to use something that you're going to have a good result from. That's why I tell you about brand names. Otherwise, I just say, just use pastry.
So this is made with butter as opposed to other pastries that may be made with baker's margarine.
Yep.
And you do get a different result, Ray?
Yes, you do. It's much better. Hang on, I'm going to wipe this bench down.
Here we go.
Because we're getting into a bit of a mess here. So hang on, let me take all that away.
Sharon Goodwin said, sounds yum. I think so. I definitely agree. Okay, so other options with this tart. Are there other flavour options you can...
The pear and rosemary work really well together. Obviously, this is almost the same sort of way of making a French apple tart. So what you could do is just put apple slices on that. But that means you've got to peel apples. And what I like about this recipe is it's one of those quick, easy, who would have thought, you know, even though...
Under promise, over deliver.
Yeah, and it actually works, you know, and all I'm using is food, even though I used canned pears for this. I use canned pears in juice, which is just juice and pears.
Great.
This sort of thing here.
Carlos Wilkie just messaged in and said, will this appear on your website?
Oh, hysterical, Carlos.
I know. Yes, the recipe is already on the website there, Carlos, and in fact, there's already an image on there, which you can have a look at the end result. I know that's cheating, isn't it?
That's true, but you know. Okay. So you go down to your neighbour's or your own garden and you get some rosemary and you just want the nice tender leaves. And I want about a small handful into a small food processor, like that. And I've got some... It
smells so good.
It's a very dominant sort of a smell, but it works with this.
That's what, I was going to say, and that's why I'm really having trouble putting the two flavours together.
And rosemary, believe me, it works. Yeah, whoever this Italian woman was that brought the...
Genius.
I thought, what a genius. Yeah, all right. And I'm sure this isn't traditional or anything. It probably was once made with real pears, you know, like raw pears or something. But anyway, Demerara sugar, which is that lovely brown, raw, unrefined cane sugar, but has that lovely...
I've never really used it, so
have a pinch taste.
What do you
it's like caramel.
Use it for? Okay.
I want it because it's going to be caramel and it's going to stay in crystals and be crunchy. When it's finished.
So it holds its shape, it doesn't melt down?
Some of it does, but a lot of it stays on the top. You get this lovely crunchy sort of nonsense going on top. So, are we there yet? No. Are we there yet? Almost. Okay, we're there. Now we've got rosemary sugar.
Wow.
Okay, smell it. Beautiful.
Oh, wow.
It's such a beautiful smell.
That's insane.
It is,
it almost reminds me of menthol.
Well, it smells kind of medicinal.
Yeah,
I mean, rosemary does have that slightly medicinal, but by the time it gets onto all that lovely creamy pastry and the pears, it's going to be just fine. So, there's the pastry. Get yourself a fork, because you don't want this to rise, and what chefs call dock the bottom. Just prick the bottom all over with a fork. And then these were pear quarters, which I've just halved, and you just got to watch while I put all this in here, okay? So these are canned pears, which have been preserved in juice. Don't get the ones with syrup. You don't need all that sugar.
Now, I know
you're going to put your own sugar on it.
I know there's a lot of people over the years, because we've worked together for a long time. A lot of people have said, "Why do you use anything from a can when you can get it you know, fresh or or raw? What's the advantage over canned food?"
The advantage for this is that it is it's a pure food. It's just juice and pears. There's no chemicals in here at all. And it's in my pantry in a can.
And so it was convenient.
So it's absolute convenience. And I'm not one who ever sacrifices quality for convenience. I'd rather do a good job and, knock myself out of it.
We've had that question about you using canned tomatoes, for example.
Tomatoes, salt, that's all it is.
Yeah, and also you're talking about, one of the things I've learnt from you is that when things are canned, they're usually canned in their prime.
They are, same as frozen things. Yeah, look, you've got to get this distinction in your head about, not you, but people
in general,
about processed food. There are some, traditionally processed foods, nothing wrong with it. People have been eating it for centuries.
Yes.
So all that sort of old-fashioned preserving or canning, which was basically what they did was they just canned their fresh food.
So they had it for when they...
Yeah, it was what they would have eaten or the way they would have prepared it anyway.
Great.
And they got this great thing called canning. Hang on, I've got to chop this one in half.
Looking for your knife here.
Is that my little knife?
Yeah, that's your
my
knife.
little knife. So,
by the way, Romana's just messaged in and said, "Kia ora, team."
How are you?
Now, Erin Latrobe just said, I love using this brand of pastry for chocolate croissants.
Oh, yeah. And you can get the chocolate ones too.
Yeah, I know, right? The chocolate pastry is incredible.
Yeah.
Now, I can see there's a whole bunch of you on all of the channels tonight. It's great to have you here. If you're looking for the recipe, I've put a link to it in the newsfeed, or if you can't see that, it'll be on Ray's website, raymcvinnie.com. And that website's actually loaded with, I can't even remember how many recipes. It may be close to 100 recipes now, or more. So have a look. There's a whole bunch of them for all different seasons, because this show has nearly been going for a year.
I know, it's amazing.
It is amazing.
It is amazing, actually. And I really enjoy it. I really enjoy it, you guys.
You with us.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute. Lots of thumbs coming through. Now, Wendy Lynch just said, could you use peaches or apricots?
Yes, you could. And I think that you could, maybe not with rosemary. Peaches and basil are really good, but put the basil on. Put the basil on after it's cooked.
Wow.
And don't chop it up, just put leaves on. You could use peaches, you could use them raw, but they need to be dry. You don't want anything that's really wet. So I've had this sort of soaking for a little while, draining for a little while actually.
Because if they're too wet, will they make the pastry too soggy?
Yeah, and it won't cook. Okay. So look, there's your little tart. You can put the pears in there any way you like.
Lorraine May Buttermore said, where can I buy the pastry, please, Ray?
I get it at Faro.
I've seen it in the supermarkets.
I've seen it in supermarkets, yeah, New World. All sorts of places have it. And of course, they have their own shop.
Yes, they do. And I think you can actually also order online.
I think you can order online, yeah. So just really, don't put the sugar on the raised border on the outside, it's just on the inside. And of course, there's still quite a lot of juice in these pears, so that when you go to cook it, some of the juice comes out, so you get this lovely syrup in the bottom of this.
Yum.
Yeah.
Now, I do have to say a big shout out. We've got some of the usual suspects watching. Jane Wan here in New Zealand.
Jane, how are you?
Foodie like me. But also Carly Coolidge, who's watching from America.
Carly, how are you?
Hey, Carly.
Where are you, Carly? Whereabouts in America?
She's in Seattle.
Seattle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice to see you on the show tonight.
Right. Okay, so that's...
See, that's easy. I'd love to know how many of you guys would do something like this, because the end result is quite fancy, really.
Yeah, don't worry. She loves committal. You don't have to commit. It's okay. Yeah.
That's right. But yeah, I'd love to know if you guys would make something like this. Robin Karkanen just said, great anniversary coming up. Congratulations. Love the pear rosemary combo.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, that's the really interesting thing for me, I think. So that's all set to go in the oven. So that now goes in the oven half an hour. Cook this baby really, really well. You want that bottom really crisp, really brown. No one likes half cooked or not quite cooked enough. So flaky pastry. You know those greasy layers that haven't cooked properly?
Yeah, not cool. How do you get that bottom so crisp? How will the bottom stay crispy?
Because
there's very little
liquid, and it's a 200°C oven. So it's gonna, you know?
And it's on baking paper, obviously.
And it's on baking paper, yeah.
Ray's quite new to using baking paper.
I know. Right. What do you serve with it? Well.
Good question.
I don't want, hang on.
And do keep sending in your questions. It doesn't just have to be about tonight's recipe. It can be about other things.
Didn't mean to slam the door, sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah. Okay, so I was going to serve this with like whipped cream.
Sour cream.
What I get sent today, look, this is turning into an advertorial.
I know, and it's not. We're not paid for this,
I don't get paid, but this, I've waited so long for this sort of thing to come out. This is a sour cream, which is made from pasteurized milk and cream and lactic acid cultures. No thickeners, no carrageen, no pectin, no gum, no anything. It's a completely natural product.
It's real and pure.
Excellent. Let's have the Swift Whip. In a bowl.
Best egg beater of all time.
Best egg beater of all time. I've got 2 of them. And I'm going to put 100 mils of this beautiful sour cream in here.
Oh, Jane Wan just said, what pastry is it, please? I missed that. It's panettone pastry.
Yeah. Hey, this is a bit of an advertorial today, too.
It is. Sorry about that. We don't, we're not about the advertorials. We're about good content. Jane Wan said, I'm very sick. Sorry to hear that, Jane.
Sorry to hear that, Jane. And
Raja Chetan just said, good morning, dear people. It's our Independence Day here in India. So happy Independence Day to you guys. What are you cooking, Ray? Sorry, I joined later. Yep. It's a pear and rosemary tart tonight, Raja. You will love it. And Carly Coolidge from America just said yum.
Yeah, and so I'm gonna, whoops, as soon as I stop firing it all over the place. I've got 100 mils of whipped cream, of sour cream in there. Excellent, wonderful stuff.
Yep.
And 200 mils of cream, because what I want is, I want cream, but I want some more interesting cream. I want cream
with
that
a bit of bite.
Yeah, basically a little bit riper.
We like that.
I get that from that flavour.
So you would do that instead of adding, say, some lemon juice to your cream?
You could put lemon juice and make it thick that way. Or what you could do is put our wonderful Nue vanilla that we got,
so
and
good.
sweeten it and make creme chantilly, which is vanilla sweet cream, and you could serve it with that, because the vanilla will go really well with the pears and rosemary. But
it's messing. All these flavours are messing with my head.
Let's not get too hysterical.
Carly Coolidge just said, could you make the pastry from scratch?
You could, Carly, but why? You're in America, right?
She is in America.
You must have someone that you can buy good, made with butter, flaky puff pastry. If you haven't, then you do have to make it by yourself, and it's quite a complicated thing. I've taught it several times. Actually, I've taught it a lot because I used to do it at AUT. But if you can find somebody that makes it, why would you make it yourself?
So true.
And
made with butter.
As long as it's a good one, yeah. Right, whip the cream. And you're going to have a pick?
I'll just have a little taste.
Little taste, right. 1 second. Sorry, just got to whip the cream.
Keep sending in your questions, though, because we love hearing from you.
Yeah.
And Raja just said, Ray, we don't find rosemary here.
No, you don't, do you? What will you use
India.
in India, Raja? Interesting. Pears and... I might put a little bit of... Dissolve some of the juice with some saffron, which you grow in Kashmir.
Yes, that's right.
And you could make a saffron and,
Does the saffron have a lot of flavour, though?
Yes, it does. It has beautiful, very lovely scented. You don't want too much saffron.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could do that, or otherwise you could use cardamom, cinnamon, do a spice sort of version.
Cardamom.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yum.
Okay. Almost there. All we need now is Lewis Road to make yogurt. That
would be great. I would be very happy.
With no gum, no pectin, no carrot.
No emulsifiers
natural,
or anything.
naturally thickened. Yeah.
This is awesome.
All right. We have the whipped cream. The whipped soured cream.
Whipped soured cream. Nice.
Okay.
Perfect.
Let's get a wee spoon out here. And a fork for your portion.
Perfect.
All right.
That's one of the perks of the job, really, isn't it?
Beautiful. Look at that.
So it's not too thick, eh?
No, not too thick. It's nice and light.
Oh, that's good.
But yeah. And we're not going to wait for this thing to cook.
That does make a little bit of difference in the consistency, doesn't it?
Can you smell that?
Oh, wow.
Smell it.
So it just,
yeah.
That's incredible.
I made this earlier. We're not going to make you wait.
That's
I know. I mean, rosemary, dead versatile. I love it with pork. I love it with lamb.
Yeah.
I love it with pears.
Because I always think, rosemary goes with the Sunday roast. So this is really surprised me.
Well, it's quite weird when you pull that out. You think, the roast pork's ready.
Yeah.
But it's actually
So true.
Yeah. The beauty of the baking paper, of course, is that it just slides off.
Slides straight off.
Straight off.
There is quite a bit of liquid from that sugar.
A little bit of liquid from the sugar and the pears.
So do you leave that to sort of soak in a little bit?
Yeah, because look, the bottom of this is quite cooked and crisp. So that even though you can see that, it's not sogging the pastry out.
No, it's not. Yeah. So that will kind of solidify a little bit.
Well, it's just nice to eat.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And you've still got that lovely crunchy base to it, which is really important. Yeah.
So Fiona Malcolm said, I've still got one of those e-beaters in my kitchen. I've got one of them as well.
I've got 2. I have a friend who's got 27 or something, or more than 20.
No,
yeah,
really?
yeah, but that's a collecting thing.
Paolo Enriquez just said, I think Costco in America have a good pastry there. So there you go, Carly.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Paola. And Wendy Lynch said, what about yogurt and cream together?
Yes,
would that work?
Definitely works. But I don't know if you can whip it. Maybe whip the cream first and then fold the yogurt into it. But yes, it definitely does work. And then you get that really rich flavour that isn't just cream. You know, it's got that little bite to it. It's got a little bit of flavour. So let's cut you a piece of this, shall we?
Raja also just said the world best saffron grows here where Raja is, but it's very expensive. But fortunately, I have it in abundance. Well, you're a little bit lucky.
You're a bit lucky, Raja. Yeah.
My goodness.
So see that? It's completely cooked on the bottom.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But you got this lovely sort of crunchy, sugary, rosemary-like topping to it.
Lovely.
And then.
So what colour should the pastry be? That's the colour you like it?
I like it. Yeah, that's really dark. You know, it should be not burnt, but should be well cooked.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So
I guess we have
the
to try
tradition is that you have to try it, of course.
Will I make you step away from the bench, Ray?
I don't know. Just hope I get through to the next round.
Perfect.
You know?
Excellent. Right. I'm quite intrigued by this. The smell is incredible. Bit of that on there. Oh my goodness.
It works, doesn't it? Don't you think?
Oh wow. I'm having a moment.
I know.
It's like toffee. Oh wow. It's like every time you chew, there's something else pops out.
There's only 3 things going on there: sugar, rosemary, and pears, and the pastry.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really good, Ray. Nice job. Oh,
whoops.
Throwing it everywhere. I might just put it on there.
Thanks, Monique.
Really, really good.
Yeah, would you like you can see why the French would eat that with a knife and fork, wouldn't you?
It's incredible. See, the pear. The pear is great.
I know.
It's not as sweet and it's not as bitey. And
so thank you to Mystery Italian woman who gave me this idea to do this wonderful combination.
Oh, this is just great. So Tana Jane Dowdle just said delicioso. Tana and SJ.
SJ.
Raja Arjun, which is Raja Chetan's brother, also said hiya. So that's great. Nice to see you both on the stream. Stephen Wise just said yum. Emma Johnson just said that's a small slice, Ray. I'd inhale that in a second.
Well, exactly. But I mean, this is just for TV, you know, for social broadcasting purposes only. So. And
Janet Molnar said it looks so yum. It is. There you go. That's all I can say about it.
It's official. It's a really good recipe. Something worth remembering. And it's the pastry's in your freezer. The pears are in your pantry, and the sugar, and the rosemary's either in your own garden or down the road.
If you don't use Demerara sugar, can you use another
brown sugar? Brown sugar or raw sugar. Raw sugar is fine. Which is what this is, real raw sugar. Yeah.
Yeah. Even Jane Wands just messaged in and said, "Looks delish." How many of you want to try it this week? How many of you are going to make it?
Again, with a commitment.
Sorry,
You know, I mean, you give them a break.
I just want to see if we can get some thumbs or some hearts.
We just want some thumbs and hearts,
we like reassurance.
Yeah.
Yes, we got some coming through
now. There we go.
now.
That's a perfect
Hey,
thing.
look, Ray, that's an amazing recipe, and it was so easy.
Good food isn't hard.
And you did it in under 30 minutes.
Well, exactly. No, good food isn't hard. Good food is just got to think about it, and you got to plan ahead a wee bit.
Excellent.
All. You know, take the pastry out of the freezer and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's right. So a little bit of planning. Yeah. So if you went to a restaurant and you had a slice of that, it would be what, $14? Maybe?
Yeah, it'd be a bigger slice than that.
A bigger slice than that for, say, $14. And you probably made the entire tart for less than that, right?
Well, the pastry is probably the most expensive thing because it's the thing with that is about the huge quality and the thing about the great technique in making it. So it's probably the most expensive part of that dish.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
So look, thanks everybody. Oh, Carly Coolidge said, I missed it. Fresh or canned pears?
Canned pears. I know. This is like your store cupboard emergency dessert, or when you just feel like eating it. Yeah.
Wendy Lynch just said, love rosemary and pears, so very delish, Ray.
Yep, good. I mean, I'm kind of almost funnily think I'd like a bit of gorgonzola with that.
Yeah,
too.
a bit of cheese would go really nicely with it.
Yeah. So you could go either way there.
And Myra Cohen just said, definitely going to try this, and a note's just come through. Production. Oh, that's right from production. Pete, who's behind the camera, he is our producer here. He just said, cook along with Ray. You guys have said you want to cook these sorts of recipes. How many of you would like to cook in real time with Ray? So he's here in his kitchen. You can take your laptop or your iPad or your TV into the kitchen and with you and cook at the same time with Ray. If you guys want to do that, we're looking at setting that up really soon.
Yeah, we are.
So once a month, you can hopefully maybe order a box of ingredients. We don't know how it's going to work. We want to know what you want to do. How would you like it to work? Send us a message in the news feed. You can either put that on Ray's page or on the Your Fix TV page and let us know how you'd like to see these demonstrations evolve and what you want to cook.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
Okay, I had a good time.
I did too. Thank you, Ray.
Yeah.
Very delicious.
Good.
Thank you guys for watching. Again, every Tuesday, 6:30 p.m, we're here in Ray's Kitchen with another cooking show. We'd love to see you join us. Tell your friends, bring your family, come and enjoy some great food. You never know, you might find your new favourite recipe. Thanks for watching.
Thanks a lot.
And head to Ray's site, raymcvinnie.com for the recipes. See you next week.
So that works, doesn't it?
It's delicious, Ray. Pretty impressed. You should do a good job. Yeah, good. Yeah. Like it a lot.
Good.